Market segmentation is a long-term strategic commitment. Before an organization decides to pursue a segmentation strategy, it needs to understand the consequences of this long-term commitment and the barriers to the successful implementation of market segmentation. At times, it may be wiser to decide not to go ahead. Let's look at the implications of committing to a market segmentation strategy first. Market segmentation is a long-term commitment. It's a marriage, not a date. Once the segmentation strategy is implemented, it's not easy to change target segments. This means, like with marriage, it's important to choose wisely to avoid drama down the track. Implementing a market segmentation strategy inevitably implies significant changes to the organization. New products have to be developed, new communication messages created, entire organizational units may have to be established, which focus on catering to specific target segments. If the organization is not able or willing to make the required structural changes, the segmentation strategy is unlikely to succeed. Implementing a market segmentation strategy is also very expensive. The market segmentation strategy has to lead to an increase in profit that covers more than just the cost of implementing market segmentation. Because of the major implications of pursuing a market segmentation strategy, the decision to go ahead with it has to be made at the highest executive level. Conducting a scientifically rigorous market segmentation analysis is one thing, but implementing it in an organization is a different thing entirely. It's important, therefore, to ask, before substantial human and financial resources are invested into conducting market segmentation analysis, whether the organization is able to break down potential barriers to ensure successful implementation. Typical barriers include management-related barriers. These include lack of leadership, proactive championing, commitment, and involvement in the market segmentation analysis process by senior managers of the organization, but also the unwillingness of senior management to commit the required financial resources and to implement a segmentation strategy. Organizational culture. Sometimes the organizational culture stands in the way of the successful implementation of a segmentation strategy. Typical barriers include a lack of market orientation, resistance to change and new ideas, lack of creative thinking, bad communication within the organization, lack of sharing of information across organizational units, short-term thinking, and office politics. In terms of organizational structure, lack of financial resources and the inability to make structural changes represent key barriers. With respect to the implementation process, not having set clear objectives, failing to plan, not having a structured process to follow, and failing to assign clear responsibilities to people, as well as time pressure, stand in the way of the successful implementation of market segmentation. Finally, expertise at different levels of the organization is required. Senior management and all staff involved in the process of market segmentation analysis need to understand what they are committing to. A number of meetings, seminars, and information sessions may be required to ensure that everyone has a good understanding of what lies ahead. Specialist expertise in marketing, data collection, and data analysis is also required. As you can see from this list of barriers, implementing a market segmentation strategy is not trivial. And this does not even include methodological challenges associated with segmentation analysis yet. In step 1 of market segmentation analysis, the organization considering to adopt a market segmentation strategy needs to be made aware of all the potential pitfalls. The organization then needs to critically reflect whether their specific circumstances will allow them to successfully implement segmentation or not. If the organization identifies too many barriers, it is wiser to work on addressing those barriers first before launching into market segmentation analysis. At the end of step 1, the organization makes the decision to either go ahead or not to go ahead with market segmentation analysis.